And good evening. If you were to tell me to bet money on this morning or this afternoon or the weather, I would have bet money this morning that we'd have got warnings before we did this afternoon. But it's just the opposite of that. We do have a couple of storm cells in Mississippi that are causing numerous, if you've seen the post there, of severe thunderstorm warnings that have been issued. To our east in Alabama, Jackson, Alabama, around Monroeville, very serious weather. And to the north of our area, we're going to have some thunderstorm watches. Let's go ahead and pull up Meridian Honda radar to bring you in on what we're looking at here this afternoon. Here's what we are. Again, this is to our east, the storm systems that move through our area. And now we've got several thunderstorm warnings that are happening in the northern part of the state, Corinth, and those areas. We'll look at those. Also one near Grenada. Closer back to the Meridian area, we go into a couple here, and let's pull this up so you can see this. We've got a storm at Forest. Now, again, this has issued a severe thunderstorm warning as we look at this for these two counties here. This is going to be until 5:45 for Scott and Newton County. As we zoom in on this, and let's pull this up and see where the storm is headed. This is going to be at Forest within 9 minutes. It will reach Singleton Settlement within 22 minutes, and then Ursery Town by 28 minutes from there. As we zoom in a little bit closer, let's see what's going on with this. As we pull up our locations, as we look here, this is going to be right here. Here's the Welcome Center. It's going to be just due west of there, north of there, if you're traveling 35 out of Forest. Those areas, you're going to get into a very serious storm here. A lot of rain coming down, and this is going to intersect there where Highway 21 meets into 35. Look at that. Now, if you're traveling 80 for any reason this afternoon, you're going to get into some horrible weather as you leave Newton County and you cross that Scott County line this afternoon. Be careful. I urge you, if you don't have to travel 80 or any of these places for the next 30 minutes or so, hold off. Wait where you are. Let this pass, get through there, because two-lane roads, as we all know, are very dangerous. Now, as we see this storm shifting, it has not reached Newton County yet. This is going to be the western side of Newton County. Y'all be prepared because it is coming to you. Now, as we zoom in on this, here's 80, where that runs into 489 and goes northward. This highway here in the next little bit, all the way up to right there at Conahatta, is going to be covered in rain in a few minutes. It's making its way eastward as we see this storm come across here. Now, let's move up. As we get here into the, we got a storm that's west of here that's going to go toward the Union area. Let's look at this. This is headed toward Pikestown. We'll be there within 7 minutes. Let's zoom in a little bit closer and look at this gray area. As we look at 489, the northern portion of this where it meets Highway 492. If you live in that area, be prepared. Now, there's no warning right here below that line, but just as you get to that intersection of 492, 489, y'all are under the severe thunderstorm warning. Now, it is headed your way. Be ready for that. Also, if you live on 21 around Sebastopol, that area, you are under a severe thunderstorm warning, and that is going to last until, I want to say 5:45 also. As we look at this dance around, they may be getting ready to pull that when they move it just a little bit northward there. And I think they are, yeah, it's still there. Okay, this blinking is what that's doing. As we move up here northward now, let's look at what's coming toward the Neshoba County Fair. Yeah, that is acting squirrely. What they have done, this area right here has been moved a little bit further north. As we look here at these watch boxes that are happening this afternoon, we get into here. Right in this area here around the Neshoba County Fair. You have a severe thunderstorm warning there until 5:45. This was extended down to here, and they've moved it up northward of there. All right, let's zoom in on this and see what you've got. Now, I got a message just a few moments ago that in Rosebud, right along in here, there was hail. Now, y'all can expect some of the same coming your way as this comes out of Leake County into Neshoba County. You're going to get some more of this. Let's look at this and turn on and see what we do have when it comes to hail this afternoon. Hail path. Let's see what we've got there. And look at that. That's what we're looking at. Is they were saying in Rosebud they had it. And there it shows it on the map. A lot of hail has come down through there and making its way to that western side of Neshoba County. So be prepared. Now, if you own a car in these areas, I highly suggest getting that to something under a shed where you can get it covered up. It does a lot of damage to them, as we all know. We don't want that to happen to you. All right, if you're going to be traveling Highway 15 out of Neshoba County, be prepared. You're going to get into some storm cells here in the next little bit. 21, that area there, right around the Dixon community, as we look at right there at the Dixon store on 21. This is going to come right through there. and then cross on over to Highway 15 and also take it in right here where the Linwood Baptist Church is. If you're anywhere on that western side of the county back east toward Linwood, be prepared. You're going to have some severe thunderstorm activity here in the next few minutes. And now as we move up northward of this, and as you look at this, the worst of the rain now, let's look at this. This is going to be out by Mount Bethany Church right there. You see that in that area there? Mount Bethany Cemetery and those areas there. It's pouring rain. And this will cut across here at Morrow Memorial Cemetery. Those areas there are going to get a lot of rain as well. Now, as we back this up, the heavy rain right now is just shy of reaching the Neshoba County Fairgrounds as we look at 21 through there. As we look at here sits the fairgrounds, and it's just south of there, about where it intersects. Let's take a look. Here's County Road 1217. That's Coldwater. And this is going to be County Road 422, where it intersects there on 21. That's about where the heavy rain kind of at the moment tapers off. It'll change as it always does. This is moving east. As we go northward now, the northern portion of the county also under a severe thunderstorm warning, although you don't see the rain at this point. It is a warning there. Or have we, looks like that part may have just been canceled. Let's update this as we get the very latest on what's going on there. In Neshoba County, let's turn this back on and get back over in here. And kind of contradicting itself on that northern portion there. We do have the severe thunderstorm warning for the lower portion of the county. That's still showing a watch box there, but I'm not getting a reading on that when it comes up. As you see, we're still seeing the severe thunderstorm warning until 5:45 here in the lower portion of the county. All right, let me pull something else up and take a look at another avenue of what we've got here. Let me come across here. Severe thunderstorm warning, 60-mile-an-hour gust is what we're getting in with this storm here as we look at more radar indicated there in Neshoba County, Leake County, and also severe thunderstorm warning radar indicated for Neshoba County. Let me just read what the National Weather Service is telling us on this. This is the same area there. This is that northern portion of what we're looking at here as we start looking at what the Neshoba County, same difference there is what they're telling us is it's that area. All right, let's go back to radar. Let me pull that back up here and pull this in. Again, as we look at this, this is going until 6 p.m. for this area right in here. Y'all see the storms. It's cutting up a lot of rain in that area south of Philadelphia, again, around the Neshoba County Fairgrounds. We move southward here, and this is going to come down into Newton County. Y'all be prepared. As we look at Lauderdale, let's turn this off just a second where you can see this. Lauderdale getting some light rain here on the west side. Chunky picking up some rain as it moves across the county here. Nothing major, nothing bad. Stonewall, a light shower. And as we go south here into Wayne County, we're showing a little bit as it goes on into Grove Hill, Alabama, and these areas here. Now, as we have a lot of people that watch from other parts of the state, let's go up and take a look here as we ease up in here. Right out here to the west, Winona sits here. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning that's going to last until 5:45 this afternoon. As we go northward here and we get up near Tupelo, we've got 2 severe thunderstorm warnings in that area as well this afternoon that are going to last until about 6 p.m. This is a lot worse weather than we've got in the Philadelphia area. As you'll look at this, the different colorizations of the storm. Tishomingo, you've heard of that area there. That's getting a lot of rain this afternoon. As we move back down and take a look at this. Now, all of this pink shaded area, let's look at the whole state so you get a big picture here. The northern portion of the state, as we look at this, is under a severe thunderstorm warning all the way till 10 p.m. So that means in our area still that hopefully this will go on out and get away from us. Corey, how are you there watching Winston County? I'd like to see y'all there. Right now, as we look at Winston County, a little shower there. It's not bad. Here's Philadelphia, and we go up here, and let's take a look here. Here's Louisville Hills, Noxapater. It's going to be just east of there. Let's turn on our locations and take a look here, what we're showing there. Now, there's no warnings there, but as you get right up here near the Nanawaya pit stop, you've got rain just to the west of you there on 397 and also Highway 490, those areas where they intersect there. A lot of rain there. It's just past the Dollar General there to the east for you folks that watch from that area. Again, we still got the worst of what we've got here. Now, this is heavy rain, but a lot heavier that we've got in Neshoba County right now than we do to the south part. If y'all follow that, as we look at this, and again, right now, nothing major in the Lauderdale County area, but we do want to warn you here We do have this warning until 5:45. Forest, Scott County, all the way over. Highway 80 is what we're focusing in on there. And we definitely want y'all to be careful. Two-lane roads are so much worse than any other place that you will drive. You can easily lose control. And if you're driving, by all means, use two hands. And I've said this before. Hold off if you can a little while there before you drive. It'll be good for you just to wait it out. If you get to a safe place, to park there. Now let's go in Neshoba County and let's look at some of our roads here where this is really raining hard. As we go over here, this is Highway 498 right across the Leake County line. As we get into Neshoba County, let's look at this. Your Watchbox area follows just north of Dixon there on 21. But we're showing some heavy rain right along here. This is County Road 402. If you live right here, and this is going to be County Road 1113 in Neshoba County. That is some of the worst of what we're showing in Neshoba County. Right there is Mount Bethany Church. It's going to be just due north of there as you follow it out there on County Road. That is going to be County Road 173, I believe, 123. So be careful those areas there. As we come back over and we follow this, 21 is pouring rain now. As you get right past Dixon, the store, it's going to get a little bit heavier there. And by the time you get to the Y here at 485 and 21, that split, it's going to be bad. We want you to be careful. Now, a lot of accidents happen during these storms, and we don't want you to be a victim of all of this. Becky, how are you doing? Becky watching us, Becky Harrell watching us from Scott County as it comes out of your county right on into here. We also see, let's see, Sherry's watching. How are you doing there? Also, Elizabeth coming down hard in Chunky as we back out and look at this big picture here. Again, this is Chunky, Mississippi, if you're looking at all these different areas. Here's Forest, Mississippi. Here's Newton. This is going to be Decatur. That's Union, Mississippi. And right here sits Chunky. And it is a lot of rain. But if you look at the two different color codes, as you can see here at Chunky, of what it's doing, and then look up here at Neshoba County, the differences in it, how much heavier the rain is there. It's a lot. We do hope this dies out and kind of fades away. And what they've done now, if you'll see here, they've taken away this portion here that they had in northern Neshoba County. They've dropped that. That was a threat until 6 p.m., and that has gone away. And that's what the radar was trying to figure out a moment ago. The National Weather Service had taken that back. So there you go. Sunny in Rosebud now, Sue says. And there was some storms coming down there earlier, wasn't it? Yeah, I saw that too. Heidelberg, Mississippi, tuning in this afternoon. How are y'all? Now, so that leaves us right now with, there's actually 3 counties that have thunderstorm warnings, and Scott County is one of these as we spoke to this. Let's zoom in on Forest here, and we're going to work our way back across to let you know exactly where it is. And so to give you some relation to this, if you're traveling I-20, you come across here and you cross 489 where it intersects there, you go just west of there. You go up here to Highway 35. When you get in here, and let's zoom in on this. Highway 35, Calvary Baptist Church, as you moved east back in this direction, look at this rain that is pouring here. Is that not heavy or what? That is very, very strong. This is the city of Forest, if you're wondering where we are. This is when you get up right along here, that would be about where Wendy's is, and you get off the interstate there, and then back east to there, Old Highway 21. Look at that. This is going over all the way to the Forest High School. We'll see it sits here, all downtown area 21 as we follow Highway 80 into Forest there. It's pouring. We want you to be careful through there. Jones Street, heavy rain. And I don't doubt one bit in these areas there in Forest that it's not going to come up and rise in some of these roads. I've seen Forest several times when heavy rains there happen there where it floods the streets. So be careful if you're there. We are showing some lightning strikes there at 5:30 that happened. That 5:30, that's correct. That just struck right there. Now, let's do this. So we just had a lightning strike right there just to the southeast of Forest. Let me update this one more time and get this refreshed as we look at this as it comes across. Still a lot of rain there. We've had another lightning strike right there. So it's very active now. If you're around Forest right now, be careful. We've had anytime that you see the yellow ones here on the screen, that's going to be a lightning bolt that is actually stuck to the ground, that's made contact. I've got reports earlier today of that first storm that we had through. A lot of lightning was involved with it. We had several things struck around the area, a few trees that were knocked down. You can bet that some of these trees here are going to hit power lines as we look at that. As a matter of fact, let's look and see what we've got showing up. Power outages on East Mississippi. Let me refresh that so y'all can see if anything's going on here. Now, East Mississippi is clear at the present time. Now, let's go back over and let me pull up some of these other areas, Southern Pine, and see what they've got going on. Not much going on there in Southern Pine. I'm going to get these open so we can take a look. Mississippi Power. They only have one customer out, so we have not lost a lot. Now, let's look at Central Electric. Let's pull this up. Let me go back over here where you can see my screens now. This is Central Electric Power. We're showing about 10 people now without power right here around Sebastopol. That area there, here's Walnut Grove, 10 people right in this area here without power. That's the worst of what we're showing so far. So fortunately, this is better than I expected when we pulled that map up. Not going to complain about that at all there. Daphne watching us from Hickory this evening. Good evening to you. Good news on this is we go back to radar. We pulled this up. Back to Meridian Honda radar. They have dropped the severe thunderstorm warning for Neshoba County. That has faded out. Great news on that area, but it's still raining hard there. Now, as we come back here south around Forest, this may or may not be extended into this area here until 5:45. We're about 10 minutes, give or take, just a little bit away from that expiring. We're going to carry you through this and let you know what becomes of that. All right, let's move across here. And the storm that has moved through Hickory, let's talk about the locations in Lauderdale County now that are getting rain. And if you're getting ready to leave work, you're watching this, it's 5:30. A lot of people do leave work. If you live in Newton County and travel I-20 back on it, wait a few minutes. Wait this out just a few minutes, because this area, when you get right outside of Meridian, you get to the Lost Gap where the prison is, this area here where the truck stops are, rain is going to start pouring. Right past the split. We all know that accidents happen so many times here. These roads are slick, they cup, they hold water, and it won't hurt to wait just a few minutes to head home. All of this area here out right there. Look at this here at the Meehan Volunteer Fire Department, the rain that's coming down. Probably hard to get into the firehouse right now. Those guys do it, but boy, thundering and lightning in Stonewall, just to the northwest of y'all is where you're hearing all this from. And then downtown, as we see this, the Chunky Post Office. Look at there. Y'all have got rain, a bunch of it, as a matter of fact, as we look at this. We zoom in on here, Front Street, Reynolds Street, Church Street, all of these areas here. Now look here south of town when you come out of Chunky and you get down right along in here, Griffiths Fountain Road. Look at that area there of all the rain that comes down through there. This is the central portion of it. St. Mark's Church, y'all are going to get some wet stuff out of this as well. Point Juanita Lake Road, that area there in Lauderdale County, pouring rain. As we look at this is going to be right here at the Goodwater Baptist Church, just to the west of you. It's not raining there yet, a drizzle, let's call it that. But just to the west of you, there is a lot of rain that is going to be coming upon you as we look at this. Now, showing some light stuff there on 8th Street right around Meridian Community College. This is going to be traveling across. Now, as radar just updated, did y'all see the intensity of that, of the change in color? That's pretty strong now as we look at that. That rain that we've got in Lauderdale County is the strongest that we've got in the local area of rain. This in Philadelphia is still strong, and that's still heavy rain. But Lauderdale County now, and there is no warning. I don't want you to think there is. I don't want to blow something out of proportion. But it's heavy downpouring now. I-20, all of this area. And let's just look at this. Let's give it a stretch of just how far this is. If we start here at the split and we come into Newton County, we're going to go, you've got about 11 and a half miles worth of rain as you look at that. Almost 12 miles to the outskirts of that. But if you take it to right there to Lazy Acres there where you take the exit, roughly a little over 11 miles is what we're looking at that. As you'll see that's a lot of rain in that area. We'll turn that off and let me go here and clear that distance so you can see again. That's what we've got there as we move back across the county there. Forest downtown area starting to break and move east of you as it comes across and makes its way into Newton County. Newton County, you have roughly 9 minutes remaining on this severe thunderstorm warning. We'll watch this area here to make sure that they don't fire off a warning. Highway 492, Sebastopol, and those areas. Not bad at all right now as we look at this. There's Sebastopol, what you're asking about. It's all south of you at this point. That's good news. Now, we'll probably get some more rounds of this tonight. This has been kind of pop-up showers, so be careful on that. But right now, Kimberly, y'all are great in Sebastopol area there. Now, let's put this into motion. Let me back out and let you see how this storm is moving. Let's play the radar as you'll see this movement of the storms. Moving off to the northeast, or due east, a good way to put it, but it is moving northeasterly, more easterly. So anything that is now sitting here in Forest in these areas is going to cut right across there. The storms that are here in Philadelphia will make their way across into Kemper County. I'll be ready for that. And we still have this little shower that is pouring rain back up here in Winston County. Again, no warnings for Neshoba, Kemper, or Winston counties. Y'all look good. Noxubee County, y'all still look good. But you are getting some Deerfields wet right there. You hunt up in that area, it's getting a good one right now. And I understand checking on your in-laws. It's always a good thing to do there. Let's see, EMEPA outages. The last I checked, they didn't have any. All right, hang on here. Let's go back and check them just to be sure. Let me update, get the latest. Right now, EMEPA is 0% on outages. Everything is working fine there. We've got, as we come here and we get into the Forest area, hardly anybody without power. Let's look at this so you can see if you live in that area. Here's Newton. Here's Forest. We've got one right there. Actually, in the whole county there's only 2 people without power. We can't complain about that unless, well, you're one of those 2 people, right? Bad to say when somebody's without, because it's awful to be without power. As we look at Mississippi Power, only 1 person without power on there, and it's not in the immediate area. It's going to be all the way down to the south of here in that area there. So all looks good there. And as we go back here, let me update here and just double check here as we pull this up. We'll do this together so you can see this. Let me just bump this up to make sure nothing else. We got a few more people now in the area up here. Now, this is going to be Central Electric Power. Let me do this so you can see this. About 27 people, Walnut Grove in between there and Sebastopol without power. And as we go up to the Dixon community there, west of you, Highway 17 right in that area there. Here's Madden right in there, another 17 people without power there. So being hit harder with power outages. And, of course, as we all know, that comes down to the wind and trees bending there. As we pull back up radar, let's go back there and pull up Meridian Honda radar as we look deep into this. Can you make the power go off in my house so I can be off work? Oh, I can't pull that one off for you. But, boy, I tell you, some days I get that. Standing water on 20, Bree. Yeah, be careful on that. You're absolutely right on that. Now, as a big glance here, as we look at the radar, it is calming down in most of these areas here. We have one lightning strike showing up here. That occurred at 5:39. That just happened. As we zoom in on this, look at this. This is going to be just right off of Highway 505 in this area right here. As we zoom in, we see a little bit more there. That was at 5:32, so we had 2 strike just about the same time. Here's another one here that happened at 5:33, about 7 or 8 minutes ago. So a bunch of lightning in this area here as you get closer in on this storm here to take a look. We're sitting at 5 minutes now remaining on this storm. We're going to follow this in to see if they extend this. It doesn't look like it. You almost would think that they would fire one off for Lauderdale County before extending that one. We don't know that, but they have not moved forward with doing that. Let me check another site to make sure we don't have something coming here. Reports of hail in Sunflower County, Mississippi. That's the Mississippi Delta is where that is. Huge reports of quarter-size hail there. Neshoba County, we knew that severe thunderstorm got canceled there. Both of those. Glancing over Carroll Grenada, they're talking a lot about the Mississippi Delta of what's going on up there. Our area, let's go back to this and go back, pull radar up so we all see this. And as we get this latest radar update, we'll see here. Let me show you. You're not looking at it, are you? There we go. That has the intensity of this has died down. This is going to fade out in about 4 minutes. This is going to be canceled. And we'll follow this here in just a second. As we look here, this is going to follow right along I-20. Look at that, how close and straight that's coming down 20. So if you're there in Newton, be ready. It's coming that way over by McDonald's and those areas. All right, let's look here. This is the Meridian area. If you live in Sterling, Savoy, Arundel, this road is, the storm is headed there. Half an hour is what we expect it to be before it gets there. Now, again, there's no warning with it, but it's going to come in and it's going to blow in. As we all know, with heavy rains, this can cause a few, power outages. And we hope that does not happen. But the intensity looks to be pretty bad just north of 20 as we pull this up. Let's look at locations. Let's look at Lauderdale County and see what we've got. Again, chunky, still getting rain there if you're watching us from there. All around the prison, the airport now, just north of structural steel. This is going to be the northern end up by, and for the life of me, I'm trying to think of that little juke joint that sits here. It'll come to me in a minute what the name of it is. But it sits right up here close to the road there. Heavy rain there, but just west of you past the split, where 59 and 20, that's where the intensity is right now. Again, if you can wait this out a few minutes instead of traveling 20, as you see now, it's getting better there. Past where you'd get off to go to Lazy Acres, the rain is kind of paused for a moment. You'd be able to get there. Not raining at the Red Goat now, out by where we've got the Veteran Cemetery, no rain there. But this eastern side of Newton County as it comes into western Lauderdale County. Pouring rain. And again, right now, right here at the church, Goodwater, it's pouring rain. This is all going to cross Highway 11 and eventually make its way as Plant Sweat is what that little lightning bolt is there. When it reaches Plant Sweat, it'll be right there. Now, as we zoom in a little bit closer, let's get in on this and see what we've got shaping up on all of this. This is the northern end of the airport right here. Here sits the Chevron and the subway stations right here. The Stuckey's, I think, is what they call that. We've got another one. Here's the Pilot over here, the subway that sits here at the Pilot truck stop. The rain is there, but not the intensity that you're going to get in the next few moments. There's heavier rain right behind this. As we come across here, let's see what we've got north of here. Here's the old Highway 80. As we look at this is where 5th Street runs into Highway 80. That's where the rain's going to pick up as you head down Old Highway 80 there if you're counting it. This is right in front of Meridian Community College. As you take this to go down past the Rustler, those areas there are going to get some rain. We got light stuff up by the State Hospital. Nothing bad out by Highland Park, some light shower activity, and starting to see that light stuff now make it over towards Sam's. And just a little drizzle there. Nothing horrible as we look at it. Now, let's go back here. We're now at 5:44. It should be just 1 minute remaining on this. We'll give this a second. We're going to update radar to follow and see what they do here. Now, what do we got here? I'm going to give it just a second there. We're going to come back on this and then refresh radar to make sure I'm right on that. Let's look at Neshoba County here, what we got here. This is the Tucker community. In between Tucker, here's the schoolhouse, and all the way west back over to 15, in between the pine trees and all those small country roads, we do have a lot of rain in that area there. That's due south of the hospital. Not really any rain in downtown Philadelphia. Now, you got to get on the outskirts before you make it into town, before you get that. And there's radar updates there in between Tucker and 19. Let's look at a few of these roads here as you get up towards closer here. That's 19. That's going to be Tucker Road. That's going to be about the end of it right there where the heavy rain is. In between the school and all the way up to Tucker Road. Right there is what we're looking at in Neshoba County. Let's go back down and make sure I was right, and they have canceled this for Newton County. That is good news. Still pouring rain there, as you'll see there, but no warning issued with that. Let's go back over here and look at Lauderdale County, and I'll let you go, as we don't have a storm right now. We do have storms, but no warnings is what I meant by that. Again, this is going to be making its way right there at 30 minutes. This shaded area on this, always at the end of that, is 30 minutes, and that makes it at Plant Sweat in 30 minutes. Starling, Savoy, you'll have it in about 28 minutes. That's where that is headed right now. We show now out by MCC, heavier rain now if you're leaving the campus there, all the way downtown as we pull into this. It hadn't quite made it to 22nd Avenue, but it's headed there. 29th Avenue is getting pretty much some heavy showers there. 31st Avenue, those areas there. Airport Boulevard, all the way up here toward 19 5th Street, where we've had some crime happen in this area right here. Raining there. Raining out at the State Hospital now. And as we go up 19, hadn't quite made it up to where Walmart and those areas are there. This is going to be Sims Road is where that is. So that's the good thing is we see that now the warnings have expired. As we zoom in on this, look where the heart of this storm is. This is going to be Savoy Road. Point Juanita Lake Road is where that is right there, sitting right on top of that as it moves east. It's a quick update for us. Again, we've now run out of the warnings. We'll watch this closely throughout the evening hours. Should any more threats happen, we'll come back and go live to make sure that you know what's going on. Small showers there in Winston County, the eastern side. Light showers south of Philadelphia. As we move northward, as we look at our friends north of here, Duck Hill area, you got a severe thunderstorm just to the west of you. And that's going to be until 6:15 p.m. That's southwest of Grenada. As we get up here, Red Bay, right across the state line. These areas here, a lot of rain. Belmont, Tishkamingo. All right, we'll look at that right there. Getting a lot of shear winds just due north of Tupelo, Stalo, that area there, Guntown. 58-mile-an-hour shear winds right there. So no warnings with that, but it sure is raining in a lot of it. The pink area, again, as we close out, is a severe thunderstorm watch that will last until 10 p.m. tonight. Again, that's a brief overview of what we've got. Thank y'all for dropping by. Lauderdale County is in the clear right now. We have no warning. We do have rain moving in. I'll keep you updated on it should something change on that. We'll go back live if we get a new one there. We are showing, and let's show this since we're closing out, showing all that's going on. Right down west of Macomb, we have a severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued. That is going to last until 6:30, and that's going to be for Ament County, Mississippi. Right in that area right there. Kind of covers everything. Again, thank you all for dropping by, and as always, we'll give you the latest weather when it breaks out and as accurately as we can get it to you. Thank you so much. Appreciate all of our sponsors that help us each and every time that we do weather. Again, we'll be here. We'll watch it and let you know should more come. We'll be back. Don't forget to join us at 6:30 in the morning and then again at 8. Candace will have the day off. I've got Jan Bushman coming in to fill in for her. It'll be a lot of fun, and I do hope you'll drop by and visit as we go back over the news and everything that happens. We'll see you then. Thank you all for dropping by.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: